Hey, how's it going, everybody? Drykeep here, and welcome back to another What If. This What If is, what if Izuku was Tracer? Obviously, because you can tell right there. Now, if this video gets to 10 likes by the end of the month, I will continue it. But with that out of the way, let's get right on into it. Now, by the age of 4, Izuku was actually born with a quirk. Well, actually has a quirk called pulse weaponry. He's able to make either pulse pistols or pulse grenades out of his body. Kind of like how Mo's creation works, but only with pulse weapons. And oh god, the dog tried to run me over. So, back to what I was saying. Once he got back from the quirk doctor, he saw a book on airplanes and jets and started reading it. 2 years later, Inko decided to take Izuku on a little trip. And they went on a plane. And Izuku is fascinated because he already knows about all the every single tidbit, every single little thing about airplanes, despite being only 4. Well, at this age, 6. The plane takes off, but is about to crash. Not because the engine started down, more because the pilot and co-pilot was somehow thwarted off the plane. Izuku saw what happened, and the guy that shoved the pilot and co-pilot off the plane shoved himself off the plane as well. Kind of an idiot move, but he just left them all to die. Izuku, not sure that he knew what to do. Izuku grabbed the wheel and started flying the plane. At this point Inko is worried, wondering where her kid is. She goes to the flight attendants and asks where he is. The flight attendant goes, Is he by chance this big with green hair and big eyes? Inko goes, yes, where is he? And the flight attendant then shows Inko that Izuku is actually flying the plane. Inko is impressed. And the flight attendant goes, I know, right? This kid will have... I'm thinking that we could get him his wings by the time he's 8. Izuku surely finds the airport and flies the plane down. And sure enough, the news caught wind of this. As it came up on the news, it says, this just did. Kid saves airplane. That's weird. Okay. A kid named Izuku Midoriya, who is 6, saved the plane from crashing when a villain threw the pilot and co-pilot out of the plane. Am I reading this right? Oh, I am. Okay. The kid is currently getting his Medal of Honor right now. More details shortly. I sure hope so. Gosh, this is interesting. And 8 years later, the Izuku got his wings, like the flight attendant said when he was 8, and he joined, and he now basically helps people by flying jets. Kind of a big jump, but he slowly but surely figured out how to fly it. But once he was 14 years old, his boss, the big guy in charge basically thought of an idea and had the big brain boys work it up. The next I'm gonna say week, Izuku looked at a jet that just got made and was excited because he was told that he was gonna be the first person to test it out. The big man in charge gathers everyone around and says, gentlemen, this is the work of the future. Sure. Pilot extraordinaire Izuku Midoriya Yeah, is about to fly our new is about to test our new jet. What's good about this jet, you may ask? Well, this jet can teleport. And it should be able to do so with ease. He pushed the button and said, "Ready to go, Midoriya?" And Izuku said, "Well, everyone's gathered around. Might as well give him a show." He fires the jet and it starts to fly with him. Izuku, 1 minute in, and Izuku says, "Alright, are we ready to try out the teleporter?" And the big man in charge says, "Negative, get out of there now." Izuku says, "What do you mean get out of there?" And the big guy said, "Something's wrong with the jet. It's going to..." But it was too late. As the jet exploded, sending the jet and Izuku to the ground. They quickly found the broken jet and Izuku. Only Izuku wasn't what he used to be. He was light, everything about him was light blue, and he kept phasing in and out of time. They quickly put Izuku in a chamber and got the Brainiacs to do work on how to fix it. And sure enough, the next day it got on the news. Now, and the news said, "This just in. Wait. Izuku Midoriya, otherwise known as Wings for his amazing flying abilities, has been severely damaged by a jet that he was testing. No fatal injuries, but he keeps phasing in and out of time. People are currently working to try to fix it, which concerned Inko, Mitsuki, and Bakugo. Well, Katsuki Bakugo. Anyways, they trace over. Anyways, they go over to where Izuku was, was to the base, and they go to Izuku's secured room, and they see Izuku light blue phasing in and out of time. Inko looks at one of the soldiers and says, "Is he gonna be alright? Is there any way to negate the effects?" Then a brainiac comes in and goes, "Well, the effects are permanent, but I think I figured out a way to stop him from phasing in and out of time, to keep him in the present." And sure enough, they put this, I forget what it's called, let me know in the comments. I know it's a chrono something. Whoops. But anyways, Izuku quickly put the chrono thingamajigger and he stopped phasing in and out of time. He thought he was cured, but the Brainiac just said that this device doesn't cure you, but actually keeps your new abilities intact, so you don't keep phasing in and out like you did earlier. Izuku is curious, yes, and rushed to the end of the hallway. And as sure as he did, blink, he was teleporting. But it wasn't exactly teleportation. He was merely moving forward in his own time. For just a few seconds, of course. Then the news gets word again, going, "This just in, Wings has been saved." Izuku Midoriya is now wearing a device that keeps his chrono abilities intact. And says here, and according to the reports, Izuku Midoriya will be going to UA through recommendation so he'll need to train his not only time abilities but also his quirk. To be honest, I almost forgot he had a quirk. But we'll figure out more as soon as we can. Xander. Sorry about the pause, but anyways, the recommendation test comes up, and Izuku passes it with flying colors. with the training of his pulse weapon quirk and his time situation. But that's where I'm gonna leave it off. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, slap that like button across the face. Catch you next one, guys. Laters.